I wanted to share with you how manifestation and self concept work has changed my life. A few years ago, I was lost, depressed, confused, sad, and on the brink of divorce. My husband and I were fighting all the time, and I made him my punching bag for all of my failures, all of my feelings, and that wasn't fair to him. I didn't want my children to have a broken home. I had to get to work and figure it out. I learned about manifestation, tried it. It didn't really work for me using the law of attraction, and then I found the law of assumption. And if you really want to change your life, you actually have to do the work. It's not easy work. But I was embarrassed. I was tired of being unhappy, tired of seeing people around me live life and be happy and achieve their goals and wake up every day with purpose. I was tired of feeling the way that I felt. And when you work on your self concept, it's like looking in the mirror and seeing the ugliest parts of yourself. But awareness is the first step to keep, the first step to change. If you really want to change your life, I suggest doing self concept work. What self concept actually does for you is help you restructure your identity. And that's where lasting change begins, at the identity level. People are focused so much on external circumstances, fixing everything outside of you to get results. But change starts from within. Happiness comes from within. I had to look at myself in the mirror, and I had to face the ugliest parts of myself, my insecurity, my low self esteem, that I didn't really feel like I was worthy of success, worthy of love, worthy of happiness. It's amazing the stories that we tell ourselves. And a lot of these beliefs that we have come from the world around us. They come from other people, our childhood, our trauma, our experiences, the TV, media, comments on social media. But why do we take that on as our own? I want you to really think about how you view yourself, and I want you to write it down. Think about who you want to become. I teach people how to become the main character in their story. And the first step is deciding who you want to be. What does that main character look like for you? Write it down. I want you to think about how they dress, how they smell, what do they look like, what do they talk like, what do they do for work, where do they live, what does their day-to-day life look like, how do they speak, how do they think about themselves. I want you to think about every possible thing. Then what I want you to do is become that character. Wake up in the morning and think, what would that version of myself do? What would the main character of my story do? This is how I help my clients make radical changes. I want you to just try out becoming the main character in your story, thinking that everything happens for you. Things always work out. I want you to assume that to be true in your life, because what you think, feel, and believe is what is reflected in your reality. And I have a lot of people that message me, but they're so tied to their past and their trauma and their pain that is why they're not making any changes. We've all been through hard stuff. Nobody's stuff is worse than yours, because your pain is your pain. But I am not going to let my past, the things that happened to me as a child, affect my future any longer. I had to decide I was done. I wanted to take control of my life. I wanted to grab the wheel of my life and actually be in control and decide where it wants to go. You don't go in a car and let the GPS decide where it's going to take you. No, you put in a destination, and that works for you to help you get to where you want to go. That is exactly how your brain works. If you fill it with all these negative thoughts and beliefs that are not even true, it's going to take you to that destination, whether you want to go there or not. Your brain doesn't care if what you tell yourself is true or not. Why not put in the destination of the best version of yourself, so that you're telling yourself all these thoughts and beliefs and feelings that you are this person, that you are worthy, you deserve to have everything in life that you want, and your brain will help you get there, and it will be reflected in your reality. It's as simple as that, but it's not easy to do. It's simple, but it is not easy. You have to be willing to put in the work. And if you want my manifestation formula that I usually only share with my paid clients, I'll go ahead and send it to you. Just drop me a comment and I can go ahead and send it over to you, because I want you to actually have results. Please do me a favor. Even just for one day, I want you to think about the best version of you. the best character, and everything around you in the world is going on for you. Everything is happening to you, for you. Everything is always working out. You always get what you want. You are worthy. You are loved. You are beautiful. You are handsome. Whatever it is, I want you to think like that just for one day and see what happens. See how just changing your internal is reflecting. That is the easiest way to manifest. I have spent years trying every damn method, and I tell you, methods are never the reason you manifest. Techniques are never the reason you manifest. It's what you think, feel, assume to be true about yourself. And I don't even necessarily believe that you have to believe that it will happen. If you just make a choice and say, I'm worthy of love. That's it. I'm not gonna be with anybody else or entertain anybody who doesn't show me that, because I know I'm worthy of that. If you just make that decision and that choice and you start acting, if you start acting accordingly, if you start acting accordingly, it will show up. The belief does come, but I do not necessarily believe that you have to believe it, because it has shown me in my life that there were many things that I didn't believe. I wanted to believe. I was telling myself, but I didn't really believe it deep down, but it happened. And I've helped so many people transform their lives. And I wanted to share that with everybody, because you have the power to change your life. Only you. You can do the work and decide that you are the main character of your story, and work on your self concept and your self image and your self esteem. And what story do you tell yourself about your life? Create a new story. And it's easier to do that by creating a character, because sometimes we have a hard time separating ourselves from who we want to be. You act a role, it's easier for people. And I just want you to live a life of happiness. And I want you to create a life that you want on your terms. That's the only mission that I have. And sometimes it's going to be giving you a kick in the butt. Because if you want to move forward, you need people to tell you the truth. If you really want to make a change, and you're tired of living the way you live, it's embarrassing to be complaining all the time. It's embarrassing to be self-loathing. No, I want you to only speak. I want you to only speak positively about yourself and what you actually want to happen. Never speak anything into existence that you do not want to happen. And I promise you, you're gonna be like, why didn't I do this earlier? I know I thought that. But it's all right. You're gonna start now, and everything happens when it's supposed to. I want you to try it and let me know how it worked for you and how you felt, and if you're gonna keep trying it. You got this.